Let's first talk about the massive row that has erupted over Amnesty India's Kashmir event that took place in Bengaluru. The NGO was booked for sedition by the police in Karnataka after pro-independent slogans were allegedly raised by separatist Kashmiri elements who were present at the event. This meeting was supposed to be a discussion between Kashmiri Pandits and other Kashmiri families. The ruckus started after Kashmiri Pandits praised the Indian Army's role in the valley. And soon after then, separatist elements began chanting Azadi slogans at the meeting. The police had to be called in to bring the situation under control. Meanwhile, BJP student wing ABVP has protested the sloganeering, first by pelting stones at the gates of the United Theosophical College in Bengaluru, where the debate was being held. The outfit was active once again this morning, with students across the city taking to the streets to protest against the Amnesty International India. They have demanded action against all those who were seen shouting anti-India slogans. Incidentally, there have been no arrests being made just as yet. But strongly responding to the FIR has been Amnesty India, who have said that the registration of the case shows a lack of belief in fundamental rights and freedom in India. Okay, India Today's Deputy Editor Rohini Swami, in fact, even got a chance to speak to the Chief Minister on this particular matter, and this is what he had to say.
In this Amnesty International case, sedition charges had been filed. Were there really anti-national slogans that were raised?
No, FIR is registered. The police will investigate.
Yes.
And those who are committed any offence, that law will take its own course.
First time we have seen such kind of a case being registered in Karnataka also. But will be a tough next time scrutiny and screening take place if such kind of possible controversial debates are held?
No, this is not the first time. See, anybody who commits any offence like this type of offence, the government can't keep quiet. The government has to take action against such persons. So the police have registered a FIR, they have submitted an FIR to the court and they are investigating. And after the investigation, they take as per the provisions of the law.
But sedition is a very, very serious charge, sir, at this point of time. So the point is that it's an organization that has been also...
Any serious offence is committed, if it comes under the section sedition, see, they have to take the action against the committed person who committed the offence.
But sir, here it was about army excesses. The protests were about army excesses that they actually raised slogans about.
See, I do not want to go into the detail.
Right.
The complaint is registered. The police people are investigating. After the investigation, the law takes its own course.
Sir, is the Congress now shifting goalposts? Because in the Kanaya case, you said that it was intolerance to actually book a sedition case just because of Azadi.
Not whatever I said already, not more than that. Whether it is sedition or any offence committed by anybody, the law takes its own course. The police people are investigating.
Sir, also at the same time, sir, one issue.
ಯಾವುದು ನೋಡಮ್ಮ, ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವರು ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. FIR ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ABVP ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Okay, that's the Chief Minister of Karnataka speaking to India Today's Deputy Editor Rohini Swami, categorically stating that law will take its own course. Investigations have already begun. But we also have a reaction from the Executive Director of the organization, Akar Patel, who has said that the filing of the FIR, quote-unquote, shows a lack of belief in the fundamental rights of the country. Let's just listen into what Akar Patel had to say.
We've put our statement out, and that has it in detail. We are very surprised that this has been done. We had called the police to the event. They were present throughout. We believe that filing of the charge was completely unfounded. There is no restriction on amnesty, and I don't know on the basis of what you are saying we've been soft on that. The police has to act. It's not amnesty that has to act.
authentic way. But we demand let them arrest first, then they can investigate, because we have authentic proof that they were shouting slogan, they were the organizer's name, every list we have given. So let them arrest first.
Okay, we're getting in some breaking news that Amnesty India has denied sedition allegations. In fact, the organization has gone on to state that the allegations made against the organization is without substance. The statement has been released by Amnesty India that goes on to say, and I quote, Amnesty fighting against human rights violations in Jammu and Kashmir. Amnesty denies that anti-national speeches were made at the event that was held in Bengaluru. No Amnesty employee shouted any slogans. Amnesty International is an independent organization and it's independent of political, economic or ideological interests. Rohini Swami, our deputy editor from Bengaluru, joins us for more on this. Very strongly worded, denial there being issued by Amnesty. Rohini, give us more. Amnesty clearly stating that no anti-national speech was made at that event.
Well, a very strong law has been actually put in place, especially when it comes to sedition against Amnesty. So they do need to come in their defense. And very clearly here the statement saying that no anti-national slogans were raised by any of the Amnesty officials. Now the point is that even the police, when we've been speaking to, even in our interview with the additional Commissioner Law and Order, Mr. Charan Reddy, he was also saying that they are as of now analyzing the video. They do not know what exactly was said and what slogans, except for the fact that Azadi was very clear. So while they are examining those videos, they have also acted upon the complaint that was filed by ABVP, who said that who alleged that anti-national slogans were raised, and that is why they have slapped sedition charges. But he also made it clear that FIR is just the beginning of an investigation. It is not the end, and that is why they need to investigate into the matter.
No,
now, Amnesty coming here and giving their stand, clearly showing the fact that they did organize. Yes.
Rohini, I want to understand this from you because you got the chance to speak to the additional commissioner. Do you think that the police acted in haste and slapped those sedition charges against the organization without even examining the footage or to see, if there was anyone who was actually shouting anything that goes against the country or that was, against the constitution or undermines India's sovereignty? Why did they then file this sedition charge against the organization?
One thing we need to understand is they're under tremendous pressure, especially political pressure, because the moment we saw this entire thing getting politicized, even at the event, there were ABVP protest activists who were there, and when they alleged that such anti-national slogans were raised, Bharat Mata Ki Jai slogans also were raised, it became a political issue, and that is where the BJP is putting pressure on the present government, which is the Congress in the state, and that is why they had to act. It could be an act of haste in terms of sedition charges, yes, but that is what is being analyzed. And just now, I did speak to the Chief Minister of Karnataka, who said, as based on what they have got in as part of the preliminary investigations, they have filed a case. The police is investigating. So what they're basically doing is they've moved into safe mode. First, because there was pressure from political parties, especially the BJP, they have filed an FIR. The charges they have filed, they said, is just the beginning of the investigation. Third, now they need to analyze the videos. And here Amnesty coming out with a statement saying that there were no anti-national slogans raised by any of their of their officials, because the case was filed against certain Amnesty officials.
Okay,
so
stay
the
with me,
point now
Rohini.
is we have to wait and watch to see whether the slogans were raised, and if then, sedition charges.
Okay, just stay with me. We have with us the city president of the ABVP, Shyam Bhatt, who joins us for more on this. Shyam, just tell us, what kind of proof do you have to show that these slogans indeed were anti-national, or they were anti-India, or were they, imminently inciting violence?
Madam, first of all, let me congratulate our Chief Minister, at least for taking a stand against the people who have spoken against my country, its integrity and sovereignty. Point number 2, coming to the event straight away, how much time it will take for register a FIR or further actions against it? So far, no arrests have been done, because that is exactly the time what Amnesty India wants. They can fly away from the Bangalore. That's exactly why the sparks have been flowing away from the emotional part of students. They are angry because somebody speaks against the country and they can run. So that's a time how I really don't understand why police are really lagging in this part of action. Coming to the constitutional way, where we say freedom of expression, you find that, see, if anybody breaches the integrity, the sovereignty about the country through their speech, action, that's too particularly using a public platform, and a group of organizations have been done in the name of broken promises. Not giving
but
chances for the Kashmiri
was
pundits
India's
to
sovereignty
lend out.
undermined at this event? Do you have conclusive proof? Because it's a serious
Yes,
allegation.
madam. Our volunteers were there because no, it's not the allegation, because some of the students went to the program. When they observed that it is going really out of the control, they saw that it was the Indian army that was getting a payback. People started against pouring their sentiments against the Indian army. Indian army as a person, it is there to secure my country. So when the sovereignty of such a armed forces is questioned by a group, not all the 300, but out of the majority, like 50 to 60 people suddenly started protesting. They started chanting the word of Azadi. They started protesting the Azadi from Indian army. They started saying Kashmir wants Azadi. How this irrevocable, uncompromised status of constitution can be questioned. Particularly, this program was organized by Amnesty India International, and they are supposed to take pin to plane every responsibility.
Okay.
And I don't understand how a college can give authority to conduct such kind of programs. It's a soft city. We call it as Garden of Kashmir of the South India, and the citizens are in a frightened state today. And tomorrow, what is going to happen? If you find this, it is a big network of international conspiracy that is happening, ma'am.
Okay, just stay with me. We also have with us noted filmmaker Ashok Pandit, who also with us. Ashok, I'm seeing a repeat of the JNU, how Kanhaiya Kumar was arrested on charges of sedition. He was let off by the Delhi High Court. What do you make of the situation that arises from Bengaluru? Because the Indian Constitution also protects the right to freedom of speech and expression. And on many occasions, the word sedition has been misused, because it is only when an extreme act of provoking imminent violence through words written or spoken is when the government needs to take notice of it. Do you see that perhaps some wrongdoing has happened at this event that was organized by Amnesty International India?
Avantika, let me be very honest to myself. Whatever was happening in Bangalore, my people were there. A lot of my friends had attended that event where they were all Kashmiri pundits, the group which wanted to know what's happening. And we have always raised our objection, this thing on the ministry, because the ministry has been exposed by Kashmiri pundits in the last 25, 26 years. Because we have been always saying that this group or this organization works for foreign powers to break India. We have always propagated this thought, because they never spoke about us or they never fought for us. So they stand exposed as far as we are concerned. Now, looking at the visuals on your channel, and my people, when they send me the video footages, which is being also, played on your channel, let me be very, very, very clear. The students who are raising the slogans of anti-India, because I confirm whether the same students who are seeing on the visuals, my people said, yeah, these are the students who raised anti-India slogans. They raised slogans of Azadi. Now, these are the students who have been given education by Indian government. They have been adjusted there on a quota. Because of the disturbed area of Jammu and Kashmir, they have been given all the facilities to educate themselves. These were the very students who shouted not the same students, but the Kashmiri Muslim students who were involved in screaming anti-India slogans in JNU. But what happened there in JNU, that the government of India failed to arrest those people, those very people who were shouting India slogans and the slogans of Azadi, because probably with the pressure of PDP, because they are in coalition government in Jammu and Kashmir. Same thing has been happening in Bangalore. And let me tell you very honestly, now the next state is Maharashtra, because Maharashtra also has number of students of Kashmiri Muslim students who are here educating themselves. So it is under a particular design where these students are being involved by the terrorist forces, by the Hurriyat conference, to spread this entire, breed of Azadi slogans and anti-India slogans. Why do you have to have an anti-army, seminar in Bangalore? What has army done there? And you've never spoken
pro army. Army is not a villain. Army comes on the streets to fight anti-India. No country in the world is going to take this nonsense straightforward.
You know, but the point is, Ashok, whether there were elements in this particular event who were, you know, indulging in anti-national activities, who were shouting anti-India slogans, that has to still be examined. Now, even before examining the footage, sedition charge has been slapped against Amnesty organization. Do you think probably there could have been some haste there?
Avantika, we are seeing it there. We are seeing it live on your television channels. They have raised the slogans. What footage are you talking about? They are seeing it live. They are seeing it with our own eyes. What more do you want, to see? And what sedition charges? The government should rein in. The government should enter their houses. Government should enter.
No, but arrests haven't been made.
There should be an interrogation. Mr. Akar Patel should be picked up and asked why there was anti-India slogans in your program. How long are you going to be apologetic towards such anti-India forces?